don't know if anybody else had that problem before, but birds are eating the tape. Anybody want to hazard to guess what happens anytime you want to put peel and stick on? That's right. The wind picks up. Oh, it literally never fails. You want to do peel and stick? Anything with a 9-foot roll. Anyways, office view's not bad. Any thought of straight or wrinkle-free has left the building. I'm hoping for mostly flat now. Between the gusts, mostly flat. Right there.
It needs to go in here more. Can we flip it the other way?
Yep. Try it.
It's really close, but that was not perfect. Yep.
Good?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, you can move it. All right, to be fair, folks, when we're talking about things being out, generally speaking, we're talking about 16ths or less.
Yep.
Beauty. Say hi, Kelsey.
Hi, Kelsey.
Say hi, new guy.
Hi, new guy.
Kelsey, is the new guy slowing you down?
A little bit.
How come the new guy's not helping?
I don't know, he's stuck inside.
Oh, this is, well, I won't say this is the last wall Kelsey's gonna frame, but this is probably the last wall Kelsey's gonna frame for a little while. I suspect she's gonna take, well, more than a couple months off to look after the new guy. You start at the back end here, you can pretty much run that.
I think we're good.
Happy?
Yes.
All right, this is our Splay template. It is universal left, right, but only works with the letters upside down.
The reason that we are splaying these openings is the wall is thick. We've got a 12-inch wall outside of framing to inside of framing, and the window is going to sit outside of framing. So that creates quite a jamb extension. And we don't want to make it look like you're looking into a cave to see out the window. So by flaring or splaying the sides of these openings, it just becomes a little more visually appealing, invites a little more light in. I would argue it increases the field of view depending on where you are in the room. And with 4 inches of exterior insulation, we don't have to really worry about where that IGU, that insulated glass unit, sits in the wall assembly, because it's going to be about 1/3 of a way into that thermal control layer. So we're going to have about 8 inches of dense pack, 4 inches of continuous exterior insulation. Would it be nice if we were just a little bit inboard? From a modeling perspective, yes, it would be a little better, but still going to be pretty darn good. We're installing truss screws today. Essentially, the truss screw replaces an H1 hurricane clip for us. And with the SPAX 6 1/4 screw, we can either install it on a 30-degree angle through the double top plate into the heel of our truss, or vertically. Now, over top of these lintels, some people call them headers, we have to do the 30 degrees. But any place else where we can go 90, we're going 90 degrees because it gives us a better uplift rating. Essentially, the screw holds the truss down to the double top plate better. And the way we have our sheathing laid out, you can see here our solid blocking behind our sheathing joint. So we've got this 18 inches of sheathing that ties down into our wall and then ties the entire heel of the truss down to the top of the wall. So 18 inches down each stud, if you will, and throughout the top plate, or the double top plate, I should say, between our sheathing being split on our wall in a location that helps to hold the trusses down, and these truss screws, we're doing our darn best to eliminate any uplift issues we might have in a high wind area. Oh, it's a lot of torque. Lessons learned here, folks. Put your truss screws in before you build your mid wall.